People are very excited for DC fandom. There were so many big and great reveals, weren't there, Mason?
As if, name one.
The Suicide Squad.
Oh, that's actually quite big.
That's what this video is on. We've got a series of them for a number of the panels that did happen. Not all of them, just some major ones.
Not the boring ones.
Not the boring
Just the exciting ones. This video is going to be jam-packed with exciting people saying things at a panel.
That's right. Leave a like if you could. Subscribe if you want because, you know, like you said, there's going to be others. Yeah, that's right. So with the panel, James Gunn sat down with the cast. We also got some footage and we also got a reveal of who's who.
Interestingly, we didn't get a full trailer.
No, we didn't.
I'm wondering if they're trying to if DC gave us 5 full movie trailers in a row, maybe we'd kind of tune out a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe this is their idea. Or it could be the fact that last time we had a Suicide Squad movie, we got like 4 different trailers.
Yeah.
All of which
wildly varied in tone.
Wildly varied in tone and which sort of predicted the wild editing massacre that produced the movie we finally got. So maybe they're trying to steer away from that. We're not giving you a trailer, we're giving you an insight into the production of the movie. Yeah,
which, to be honest, I sometimes prefer this. I remember when Rogue One, their first trailer was something like this. Rogue One also similar in circumstances to the first Suicide Squad movie. Right. But this, to me, well, according to James Gunn at least, the studio are very happy with it. It's all his own vision. It's like the biggest movie he's ever worked on. It's a lot of fun. The cast have all meshed together really well. Fuck all those Guardians of the Galaxy and everything they've ever done. Yeah. Everybody on that film could die in a ditch. That's what he said. Those are his words.
We got the exclusive. It was a bit muffled on his microphone, but we got it. We filtered it out, and it's an exclusive for this video.
That's right. So it's framed as a 1970s kind of war film for the modern day. And it's interesting that it's kind of looked at that way because James Gunn sees it as kind of a sequel or continuation of the John Ostrander run of Suicide Squad.
In the comic books.
Yeah, so it's like a 30 years on adaptation of that. Obviously, it's not really because comic books are different than movie books.
But this, you know, we're seeing some sort of raw footage from on set. So a lot of this might be, you know, tweaked with visual effects and stuff like that. But a lot of the costuming is very kind of 70s, 80s. It's very colourful and kind of silly looking.
Totally. And if you look at the difference between, say, the Rick Flag in this and the Rick Flag in the last one, it's the same actor, but they're night and day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been given more of an A-team kind of spin.
Yes.
A lot of the stuff has it from the title graphic, which is, you know, being riddled with bullet holes.
And that's like the classic logo as well.
Yeah.
Seeing it, yeah. Well, do you want to go through some of the cast then?
Yes, there are some surprises in here. I think prior to this, a lot of people made some assumptions about what actor was playing what character, and there are a couple of twists. Some, however, are exactly the same as what we thought. But let's see how we go.
Well, speaking of Amanda Waller, Viola Davis, doesn't seem to be much difference there, just from what we know. I'm sure, you know, the movie will be different though, won't it?
That's right.
She won't be stuck in a building with oogly boogly men at the door.
Maybe she's got robot legs.
Maybe she's got robot legs.
We don't know.
We mentioned Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag. Savant, Michael Rooker.
Yeah.
Do you think ripe for the killing?
Well, that's also the thing. That's what excites me about this particular trailer is we've got, you know, it's kind of an all-star cast. We got some old favorites and some new actors, but this roster, anyone could live and anyone could die. In the previous one, I think a lot of people went, well, Will Smith as Deadshot's probably not going to die. Yeah. But in this, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
Well, and the way they described it is along the way, there's so many twists and turns that you're never quite sure what is coming next. And I think we're definitely going to get some main players that are just obliterated. Javelin?
Again, could die. I'm not really familiar with the actor, and Javelin is not a particularly... Javelin feels like he could be the Slipknot of this movie, like a character who's been put in specifically to die. But hey, maybe he's the only one alive at the end.
Polka Dot Man, David Dashmalchian.
Yeah, people will know him from the Ant-Man movies.
And also The Dark Knight.
Yeah, that's right.
Guy's in everything.
Yeah, good casting. Looks fun. But it's not really clear what his powers are in this.
You get a glimpse of him throwing
some dots, and whether that is, you know, similar to his abilities in the comic books where it can be lasers and black holes or whatever, or he's just a man with a pouch full of dots that he throws at people. Who's to say?
I think they kind of hinted at that he does have all these different weapons and he's one of the most well-armed. James Gunn mentioned that he's also one of the characters that he relates to the most because he sort of feels like he doesn't belong there among the team. But maybe he does.
He's got superpowers, but also imposter syndrome.
Exactly. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Different look. I like it.
Yeah. Pants this time.
Good
on her. Here's the thing, though. She might die in this.
Yeah. Are they doing another Birds of Prey? Maybe not.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's it. I mean, you know, Margot Robbie in Birds of Prey, whether you like that movie or not, I quite liked it. She made the movie she wanted to make with that character. And it's possible she's like, well, now I'm done. So you could kill this character. And again, because it's a comic book movie, you could just bring her back later if they really needed her. So
I would say not going to die.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She's not going to die. I'm just throwing it out there, all right?
You never know, do you?
Either way, but what happens here is if she does die, I can point to this video and go see, I called it.
That's true. Ratcatcher 2.
That's an interesting nod that, not that people are going to be screaming out for a Ratcatcher solo movie prequel. What happened to the original Ratcatcher? What's his story?
I think we're going to get Ratcatcher 1 in this.
Yeah, right.
Getting obliterated.
But I think it's nice that we have kind of a nod to, here's a larger DC universe,
Yes.
You think this Ratcatcher's dumb? Well, imagine the previous one kind of thing.
Apparently, this is one of the only characters in this who knows exactly who they are in terms of abilities and their place in the universe. Yep. I catch rats and control
That's
rats
right, yeah.
or whatever. So, yeah. Bloodsport, Idris Elba.
There we go. So there's the little twist. I think a lot of people, including us, were assuming that he was going to be Bronze Tiger, which is a character who's been sort of previewed in previous DC cartoons and live-action TV shows. But in this, he's Bloodsport, who first appeared, I think, in the 1980s reboot of the Superman comic books.
Right.
And he's sort of one of the few people who's had a legitimate shot at Superman, despite...
He has shot Superman.
He has with a kryptonite bullet, yeah. So it's sort of... an interesting reveal there. I think that's fun. So again,
it'd be great if that's what he's in for.
Shooting Superman that time. Yeah, maybe.
That's correct. Bloodsport is in prison for shooting Superman.
With a krypton bullet.
I think people worried this was just going to be a Deadshot kind of just swap out, just be like, it's basically Deadshot and whatever.
Yeah, right.
But it seems like they're going in a different direction for this. This is interesting because King Shark is being mocapped by Steve Agee, or he's the on-set person.
Right.
But the voice is unknown.
A lot of people have suggested that it could be Taika Waititi because he is rumored to have a role in this, but he's not been listed yet. I would like it also to be Ron Funches from the Harley Quinn animated series. But, if wishes were horses or giant shark man, we'd all have a fun ride in the ocean, wouldn't we?
Right.
So probably Taika, though, I think.
Mongol.
In this specifically, Mongal, the lady version of Mongol. I don't know anything about this character from the comic books, but my guess would be she is probably significantly powered down from the comics, or significantly powered down compared to the male version of Mongol.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, she's raising that town to the ground or that island to the ground.
She might have a special collar on or something.
Might have a special collar
or a bomb in her head.
Might have a bomb in her head, yeah.
The Thinker, Peter Capaldi.
We didn't really get a lot of him in the behind the scenes trailer, so I don't really know what his deal is, but he looks like he's crazy.
He'll probably explode. Sol Soria?
No idea. That's Alice Braga's character.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know anything about her.
Me neither.
Pretty magical, right?
Yeah. Blackguard, Pete Davidson.
Okay, looked pretty fun. Don't know anything about him either.
TDK, Nathan Fillion.
Okay, here's one I wanted to talk about.
All right.
Now look, we had wondered about Nathan Fillion's role in the previous little snippets we'd seen of this behind the scenes stuff. I think perhaps I thought initially he was going to be Peacemaker, but more on him a little bit later.
Yes.
Turns out he's TDK. Now, I don't think there's a character in the DC universe called TDK.
Oh, okay. I'm sure somebody will tell us.
I think this is Arm Fall Off Boy. Because if you do a little Google image search for Arm Fall Off Boy, the helmet shape is the same.
Yeah, okay.
And it's been rumored that he's going to be in this movie, but we don't know who. So here's a few theories. TDK might stand for like torture, death, kill, or something like that, but everybody calls him Arm Fall Off Boy because that's his actual abilities.
Yes.
TDK might be like a technical description of what his power is, but again, it's his arms falling off.
So
his Arm Fall Off Boy. Or maybe he calls himself the Dark Knight. It's entirely possible.
Oh, yeah,
and people are like...
Despite the costume.
Yeah, and people are like, no, you're Arm Fall Off Boy. Anyway, that's my take on this, I think. So.
I like it. That's an interesting take. Weasel Sean Gunn, we caught a glimpse of it. We saw some other footage. Just this real bug-eyed looking creep. Big fan. I like the look of this character.
Okay, but what about the character he's playing, James?
I consider Sean Gunn a handsome man by regular standards.
He is a handsome man. It's absolutely right. But every time, I think his brother's like, we're going to put you in the weird greasy makeup this time,
you're going to be a weird odd bod.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it. No, I love the look of this character. I like that Weasel looks like Rattus P. Rattus from the Ferals.
It is fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain Boomerang is back. Jai Courtney. He's got hopefully some specialty boomerangs in this one.
Hopefully in this one he throws some boomerangs. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
He threw some boomerangs.
He threw 4 boomerangs. And his name's Captain Boomerang.
The Peacemaker, John Cena.
Yeah. Sporting a ridiculously long silencer on that gun
Yes.
he's got. I wonder if that is like that's some sort of perspective thing on set
Yes.
to make it look impressive, or he's actually using a a gun with a 2-foot-long silencer.
He describes himself as like a horrible Captain America.
Yes.
Like all about justice and the truth and peace, but mostly he's just murdering people.
Yeah, I mean, he's the whole premise of this character, and I think they're bringing up to the nth degree for this movie, is a guy who wants peace in the world so much that he's willing to kill everybody on Earth to get it, basically. So
just for a bit of shush.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Here's something that I think is interesting about this movie. It feels like it's a mix between his older, gorier stuff and a Guardians of the Galaxy, because I think it is going to have that R rating. There is going to be like people getting shot in the head and blood and guts and people screaming and dying and exploding.
In fact, I think one of the producers on this movie was like, there's going to be genitals exploding.
Oh, yes.
So that's fun.
That is fun, isn't it? Yeah. But James Gunn also mentioned that one of his favorite villains of all time is Batmite. And people have wondered whether, we're going to be seeing that character. I think if he mentioned it outright, we're probably not going to see Batmite.
Yeah, right. That's interesting.
He said he tried to work it in, but I don't know. I think if there was going to be Batmite, he wouldn't have told us that he liked Batmite.
Yeah, right. A fifth dimensional imp in the style of Mr. Mxyzptlk who can kind of do anything. So that's fun. But also, Batmite exists as the way he is because he's obsessed with Batman.
Yeah.
So what's he doing hanging out with the Suicide Squad?
Great question.
Isn't it, though?
Yes. I think this looks great. It's coming August of 2021, but the state of the world.
The whole situation that's happening, yeah.
But there's a pretty good lineup in this DC fandom, and this is one of the highlights for me, definitely.
I didn't think I was going to be excited by much at the DC fandom event, but this is looking pretty cool.
It's funny you should say that, Mason, because there's a bunch of other videos that are going to be on this channel. Maybe they already are for different panels. We're going to be talking about the new Rocksteady game. We're going to be talking about the Batman. We're also talking about the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Can you believe it? So that's all here. But in addition to that, if you want literally everything that's covered, we also have a podcast called The Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. That's where we go through everything in a bit more depth, don't we?
We're going to say some of the things we've already said, but more waffling.
That's right.
What do you think of that?
And extra stuff, other panels that we don't have videos on, Mason.
That's right, yep.
Yeah.
We'll talk about The Flash.
That's right.
It is right.
All right, cool. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. We really appreciate it. There's other stuff, you know it.
Grab that jam, you guys. We'll see you on the next video.
Goodbye.